Again, Pittsburgh needs a win here. A loss by the Dolphins and a loss by the Patriots to claim that last postseason spot in the AFC. 3rd and 15. Pickett down the middle. Down his man for the touchdown. George Pickens.
Welcome back to 5-Star Matchup. If you like what we do, make sure you hit that wait just a second. It's week 18. If you want there to be a season 5 of this show, and I know you do, pause this video right now and type in patreon.com/5SMU and contribute $4 or $7 a month to your favorite YouTube show. I know you can swing it and I know you like the show. Do it or else. So what do we have here? Yet another last week of the season where Mike Tomlin has something to play for. What a legend. I'll admit I've been hard on Mike this year, and I still think he messed up and delayed the quarterback position out of some misplaced loyalty to Mitchell Trubisky, but hey, we can't all be perfect, can we? Out trots a probably terrible person and even worse quarterback Deshaun Watson, who I can't stress to you enough that the Browns are tied to for the foreseeable future. Ha! Start this one with a catch and run check down to the best back in football, Nick Chubb, who zips down to midfield like he always does. Watson gets away from the D on second, but a penalty knocks the Cleve Brownies back, and on 3rd and 9, he misses this one like he apparently misses social cues, and this drive is deader than his endorsement career. Over to the ascending rookie and the omnipresent Najee, who takes this one up the gut for his typical of late 7-yard gain. Add in another one for even more yards, followed by a 3rd and short conversion for Connor Heyward, and the Steelers' offense is humming early. 2nd and 10 though, some guy named Miles whatever does something and stops Najee behind the line for a loss, but the Browns like usual are dumb as hell and jump off sides, giving the Rook a free 5. And on 3rd and 8, Pickett hits DJ for his first, still no touchdown for Deontay, who would, spoiler alert, end his season with an NFL record 86 catches without a touchdown. Regardless, you gotta like their chances to score.
Right?
Canada trusts his run game and hands it to Najee on 1st, and he rumbles into the end zone for a very clear and very obvious touchdown that a 5-year-old could see. Unfortunately, neither the refs nor Mike Tomlin seem to trust their eyes, and no one challenges the extremely obvious score that should have been a touchdown in the first place, but hey, the Steelers are great in short yardage now, remember? Fuck. Killer turnover for the Najee, who never fumbles, but this play was so obvious that you could see it coming a mile away. I'd have trusted the rookie and rolled him out there, but that's just me. Brownies take over. Watson drops and completes deep, but there's a holding and the Browns move backwards. Deshaun grabs 15 like he grabs other things, but the Steelers' stout run D stops him on 3rd, and it's back to Kenny P and the boys in black. Just like large Benjamin before him, Pickett's always at his best outside of structure, and here he connects just oh so briefly with DJ, who drops it and maybe fumbles, but it's overturned upon review. Either way, it's not the first time we've been rooting for another drop in lieu of a fumble for Deontay. Yo ho ho and a bottle of Canadian rum. It's the pirate Steven Sims taking this sumbitch around the edge and hustling for a fancy little chunk play. Steelers nearing midfield now, and the Browns bury Pickett, but a defensive holding negates it. Either way, Kenny chucks a flying nothing on 3rd, and the Steelers give it right back. Nice pump by Press the Thick. It's week 18, everybody gets love except Mitch, and the Browns are backed up to start this drive. Inside his 10, Watson reads the D and hits the seam to Donovan Peoples-Jones, and frustratingly, the Browns break out of the hole quickly. Clock winding in the 1st, and unlike his legal problems, Watson can't get away from this trouble by throwing money at it, even though the Browns threw a ton at him. Trent Jordan and Godzilla Heyward throw him down to end the 1st. Into the 2nd, and the Browns finally remember they have a great run game as Chubb sprints out to midfield. Watson throws to another noted Great Samaritan, Kareem Hunt, who Cam and KZ combine to take down for a loss, and the Browns bail on another promising possession. Oh, Canada, What in the name of Kevin Gilbride is this shit? A successful screen by the Pittsburgh Steelers? But wait, I lied. Kevin Dotson was only about 1.5 miles downfield before the throw, and this drive is doomed immediately. Just like the Browns when they cut the quarterback they drafted #1 overall, who led a culture change and won a playoff game in Pittsburgh so they could trade 3 firsts for Deshaun Watson, but what do I know? What was I saying? Cameron Sutton is just barely off the button on an almost awesome pick by the league-leading Steelers secondary, and Watson survives another down. 3rd and 3, and enough time to watch paint dry. Watson connects with Bryant for a chunk across midfield. Just another great play in a year of many by Alex Highsmith, who's gonna be needing a deal this offseason. Ka-ching! On 3rd and 10, Watson buys time like he typically does, but he hits his man out of bounds, and there's a holding on roethlisberger, and the Browns stay in business. 1st and 10, and the rookie Robinson decides he dislikes Watson as much as I do as he takes off sprinting at him. Watson shrugs him off and hits Hunt in the vacated spot for a giant play in this scoreless affair. Chubb converts a 3rd and 1, and the Browns are donning their ugliest brown and orange suits as they enter the business zone. Because every good story needs a little adversity, Watson finds Njoku for the opening score of the game, and frankly, I'm shaking in my boots.
Not.
Over to Kenny Pickett, who, like Ben before him, isn't even good until he's behind, and he gets him moving with a rollout toss to his biggest target, Zach Gentry, and again the Steelers are moving and shaking. Uh-oh. Is Matt Canada doing well? 3rd and 5, and in she's gotta have it mode, Pickett spots an apparent PI on DJ and chucks it out at him to get the penalty called. Free first. He faces another 3rd, this time for 1, and here he faces pressure, and again it's shades of Ben as he scrambles and just barely gets out an ill-advised but complete ball to Jaylen Warren, who somehow grabs an incredible first to keep the Steelers in business. Unreal play by the pair of rooks. 2nd and 10, and clearly determined to get DJ a score, the Steelers take a shot at him, but it falls incomplete, and Kenny faces another 3rd and long as time ticks under 2. Would an offense ever take an intentional delay? I don't know, but Steelers take a delay here, setting up 3rd and 15, but come out in the same formation, and Kenny P drops and fires a laser deep down the middle at George Finger Pickens, who's strumming an old banjo as he gallops into the wonderfully painted end zone of Acrisure Stadium for the equalizing score. Looks like a busted coverage against the Steelers' best receiver, which if you're the Browns, you know, sucks. But if you're the Browns, you're probably used to that. Steelers 7, Browns 7. With a minute plus and a timeout, Watson tosses underneath for a few, but on 2nd and 6, he does what he does best, and that's exhibiting extremely poor judgment when he fires a quacker down the middle into literally triple coverage for, I'm not kidding, the worst interception I've seen this season. Just an awful throw. Good thing that deal is guaranteed. Suddenly, with a chance to take the lead, the Steelers are thinking 3 but hoping 7. But Kenny hits the bad day DJ for another drop. And on 2nd and 10, he throws a very Aaron Rodgers to Jordy Nelson flawless back shoulder pass to Pickens for the clutch 1st down. These rookies, man. Wow. Browns bring the heat on 1st, and Pickett could care less, throwing almost the same pass to Pickens, who I honestly think makes an even crazier catch here, but is ruled incomplete even upon review. I don't know about this, and I'm not trying to be a homer, but it looks like a catch to me. And on 3rd, Kenny's forced to ditch it and out-trots the brass-balled, ice-blooded kicker with the heart of gold, who you already know is... Steelers 10, Browns 7. Watson runs twice and completes 1, but the Browns go to the half with a whimper as the Steelers maintain their 3-point lead. Hello, lovely 5-star viewers. I am so thankful for your support in this, our 4th full season doing the show. As I've said a few times now, copyright management on YouTube makes this a difficult show to make since I can't capitalize on ad revenue. If you'd like to support what we do and want to ensure a 5th season, please do take a second to give us a vote of confidence by donating just $4 or $7 over at patreon.com/5SMU. I do what I can to provide you a premium experience, and if you appreciate it, I'd appreciate the love. Now roll the game. Into the 2nd half now, and everybody knows that's when the baby Steelers are at their best, and here it holds true as it's a song of fire and ice. First the heat from Najee, followed by the icy cold dash outside by Jaylen, and the Steelers' run game is continuing to lift this offense. Imagine if I told you that in October? Why even try to tackle Najee in the open field? You look like a fool! Kenny hits DJ on the move just short of the sticks, but tails never fails, and Canada flips a coin, landing on Gunner for the third down conversion, and the Steelers offense sustains. Another tote right at the teeth of the Browns' toothless D, and Najee continues to look like the man we drafted in the first round, doesn't he? Nothing short of remarkable finishes for the always healthy Najee man in his first 2 seasons. Swig a Diet Red Bull for the working man as Mr. Harris gallops this time towards the end zone, and the Steelers are on the verge of opening up a 2-score lead. Myles Garrett gets to Pickett and takes him down without trying to assault him on third, and the Steelers settle for the consolation kick, and luckily Boz is still. Steelers 13, Browns 7. Teej walks his man back into the QB on first. Shame he missed so much of the year. He's looking like the best player in the world again. Did I say the best? I meant it. Steelers don't stay disciplined on 3rd and long, and Watson finds the obvious space on the ground for a giant chunk to keep Cleveland's hopes alive for just a bit longer. Hopes for this drive, just like hopes for their giant offseason trade, die shortly after though, as he goes down on another sack. Elbow touches here. And on 3rd and forever, the awful Watson drops and under no pressure whatsoever gladly chucks another turnover, this time at the always impressive KZ, who snatches it and comes oh so close to taking it to the house. Boy, oh boy, the Browns should have just saved their draft picks and signed Mitchell Trubisky for 2 years and $15 million if this is what they wanted. My goodness. Just another awful throw for Deshaun Watson, who is in the midst of a very bad, no good day at Acrisure. Steelers know they must take advantage, so they obviously hand it to their dominant back Najee, who just refuses to be tackled on his way to yet another first down. Spinning and winning the same number 22 Toros his way inside the 10 as the clock ticks under 5 to go in the third. As you already know though, there's nothing foreign about a clutch first down for Jaylen Warren, who does it again. This dude's just a baller, I don't care what anybody says, and Kenny's got him in goal to go. Still trying, but in vain to get Deej's first score. This time it's actually there, but batted at the line. Doesn't matter though, because on second, the traffic dodging Najee man bobs and weaves through the defense like Muhammad Ali as he tumbles into the lovely golden end zone to put the Steelers in full control of the game, 20-7. Last thing on the end zones, but hey Steelers, I'll shut up about the block numbers if you give me painted end zones full time, okay? Thanks. Back to the Browns now, and their chances are dwindling, and they know it. Apprehensive of another poor decision, Watson tucks it and runs for a safe 7, but the Steelers stand tall with a Larry O sack, courtesy of a hilariously not called face mask that I could see from New York, and the Browns face a tough 3rd and long. These refs were awful today in both directions, what can I say? Watson gets taken down by the monstrous Alexander the Great, who continues his 3rd-year ascent, and the Browns' hapless offense trots off again. Does it all have to be tricky? Steelers outthink themselves here, even though it's drawn up nicely, and Dotson falls on it to save the Steelers' second almost turnover of the day. Najee goes next to nowhere, and we head into the 4th and final stanza at a crucial 3rd and long for Kenny P and the Steelers' offense. Nothing, nowhere at all for the young quarterback here, and it goes back over to the Browns with yet another chance to get back into this thing. Collective backs against the wall. Browns finally remember that Nick Chubb is on their team and hand it to him for a gash. Followed by another one. And on the next play, Watson gets way too much time and finds the crossing Cooper for a field flipper and momentum turner for the Cleve Brownies, who needed it badly. 2nd and 8 though, it's Bam Bam Cam, who destroys a city on his way to another quarterback sack in what has continued to be an extremely impressive end of the season for the captain. But wait, there's some bullshit. Are you fucking kidding me? Look, as you guys know, I rarely harp on ref stuff because it is what it is. Usually hurts both teams and you can't control it, whatever. But this? I mean, what's the penalty? This is a mobile quarterback who's escaped multiple tackles, and Cam Heyward is 300 pounds. What is he supposed to do? Lay him down by the fire? I think Watson would like that too much. Acrisure erupts in boos as the Browns close the Steelers' lead to 6. Steelers 20, Browns 14. Never fear, where there's a Heyward, there's a wayward, and Kenny hits the younger Connor to get the Steelers in motion quickly. No one's stopping Najee on 2nd and 1, and you can already feel that KP and the boys are answering. Bad news on the next run, though, as the incredibly bright young tight end Pat the Moothman Fryermuth goes down with what looks to be a pretty painful injury. Here's hoping it's not a tear of something, as that's the worst case scenario in week 18, but either way, I'm sure big number 88 will come out of it even better than he went into it. Still business at hand, though, and where's Kenny go when he needs something done? Of course, to his favorite pick-a-pair rookie partner, George Pickens, who can't quite make the catch. It's okay though, because on 3rd and long, Kenny does his best work and goes this time to the opposite side, but same rook Pickens, who makes an absolutely unreal snag through contact. I don't know who's interfering with who, but both this throw and this catch are next level. Little things that give you hope for the future. Chase Claypool could never. Another disconnected target between KP and DJ puts him in peril, but that's where the baby Steelers like it best, and that sets up our
5-star
play of the game.
Anytime they put Pickens into the boundary, they have 2 safeties, so they'll go to the right.
This one over the middle, and he got him! Connor Heyward, the rookie from Michigan State, and that is a huge first down for the Steelers.
For the 2nd week in a row, it's another greatly needed and high-level throw by our rookie signal caller down the middle to an unheralded but talented receiver. In this case, it's that man we call Bowser Jr., aka Connor Heyward, who continues to prove why he was drafted. 2nd down, Pickett tries again to get DJ his score, but the football gods are petty, so it's batted another time. But on 3rd, there's always Heyward, who makes another nice snag on a good throw by Pickett for the clock-draining first. Browns stand up Jaylen on 1st, but who cares? Eat that timeout. On 2nd, Pickett tries again for Connor, but this time fires high and with too much juice, and the Steelers face a final and decisive 3rd and goal. Cleveland knows their only chance to stop Pickens is to interfere with him, and interfere they do, giving KP and the Steelers offense another go at it. Even a broken Watt is right twice a day, and on the next play, Derek rumbles into the end zone for his first ground score of the year, and the touchdown that would officially seal the Browns' mediocre fates and lock down perhaps the most shocking above 500 finish of Mike Tomlin's career. Simply stunning. DJ finally catches one in the end zone just for 2 though, and it's a 14-point game. Steelers 28, Browns 14. Browns unofficially wave the orange towel of surrender as they take infinitely too much time to go almost nowhere. But sadly, and this will be my only comment on the matter,
Greg, Miami has done its part.
I think Mike Tomlin just got the news on the headphones right there. Jason Sanders is going to make this 50-yard field goal. There's 18 seconds left in the game, and Miami has taken a 9-6 lead.
And although the Steelers lock down their 7th win in their last 9 games, the cratering Dolphins triumph over the even worse Jets, and the Steelers narrowly miss the playoffs for the first time since Duck Hodges was their quarterback. But say it with me, your Pittsburgh Steelers are 9-8. While normally in the era of Roethlisberger, yours truly might be a little bummed about what transpired as far as not getting help today. I just refuse to feel bad about my team today. What this rookie and sophomore-led team accomplished in the second half of this season, finishing an astounding 7-2 over their last 9 games, was nothing short of incredible. I've watched a lot of sports in my day, and I really haven't seen many turnarounds like this team had this year, especially considering the circumstances. If 1 or 2 things had gone differently, this team would have locked down an easy playoff spot in Week 18 instead of begging for help. Of course, that's not what happened, but they grew. They got better. They became a team. This offensive line got better all year and played every game together. Kenny Pickett, especially over the last 3 weeks, has proven he is so obviously the next guy at quarterback. And if you're still doubting that, you're either not watching or you're delusional. And Najee, Pickens, Pat, and the defense are all looking up. Not to mention, thanks to the Bears, we've got 3 draft picks in the top 50 of the draft and some money to spend. The future is bright in Pittsburgh, and of that, I have no doubt. I'm sorry that we won't be watching a playoff game together next week, my friends, but I just want to say I'm so thankful for all of your support during this, at times quite trying season. This show really is a lot of work, and it's just me making it every Sunday night / Monday morning. I'm hyped to say that this is the first year that I've covered every single game with a full episode. And if you're appreciative of the efforts, please do me a solid and support this show on Patreon. You better believe I reinvest every dollar to make this show better, and I already can't wait to see you guys next year for year 2 of Kenny Pickett. All good if you can, but if not, just make sure you keep watching, liking, and subscribing. You never know when I'm gonna show back up with something new. But first, the off season and a much needed break. See you soon, friends. Here we go.